Oh, there we go. Alright, guys. Let's get all this set up, shall we? Drag all these across, left, right, centre. There we go. So, we are doing a live UFO, a UAP Skywatch tonight there. We are looking out for the weird and wonderful. And we've already got some movement.
Zoom mode activated.
Let's have a look. Look at that, that's quite bright. It's not as clear tonight, there is a little bit of haze in the sky, but look, we're already getting some very clear movement there, kicking things off already. Let's keep an eye on it. We need it to do something strange there. We need it to stop dead or change its course, its trajectory there. That is how we'll be able to tell whether that is a satellite, UFO or UAP. It's very bright, isn't it, for what it is? They're just moving across the sky. It's not as clear as it was last night, but it is still plenty clear there. And Nemo, how you doing, Nemo? Thank you for the likes. Appreciate those. Harco is in over on the Twitch. How are you there? X is in as well. How are you tonight? We've got another clear, mostly clear night tonight, and lovely, lovely colours there as well. So we already had the first bit of movement as soon as we come on. Kate is in as well. Excellent. We're getting the crew together. Space nerds. Oh look! Oh wow! Look, that's a weird one.
Zoom mode activated.
That's red. It's flashing red. Like that's got to be a plane, but normally planes are much bigger than that. We'll check in a second, but. That's weird. Because it's not quite a clear strobing flash. But there is a colour change in that. Could be... That is red. That is a very odd one already. Guys, thank you for those likes. I see the likes and shares. That is how we reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves. And the more people and the more minds on the phenomena, the better. The more we all piece this puzzle together there. There we go. Look at that coming in just there across that. Let's see if I can get in a better position as it comes off the screen. Oh, hold on. Sorry, guys. The red one, never seen that in our time doing this. Let's clip that one. Right, let's quickly check the old flight radar, make sure that wasn't a plane, but it shouldn't have been. It didn't look like any of the other planes that we've seen before. Get rid of all the pop-ups that come up for this. Loading. What do you mean buy this domain? I don't want to buy the bloody domain. Just show me the planes, mate. Right, where are we? Can't even find out where we are now. Yeah, no, there's nothing around here. There is nothing. Very interesting. So we're already off to a very interesting start tonight. How is everyone doing? There, Harco and Simon, thank you for the gifts. Appreciate those. We'll go back into the stream there as well. Oh, Marfo there, how are you doing? Have you ever caught any UFO or seen? Yes, so we see things that are very anomalous quite regularly. And just then we saw something strange. Now, there's lots of objects up there flying around, and we'll see a few of them. Satellites, space junk, and all this sort of thing. They're the hardest for us to filter out. But just like that last one, I've never seen a red satellite before, or an orange satellite at all. So that is anomalous. Now, can we say it's aliens? It's very difficult to prove that, but you know, it doesn't fit the criteria for satellite there. Harco is in there as well. Rio, how are you doing tonight? Simon's in too. Stacey, good to see you there as well. How is everyone? A up as well. There, I'm in the tubes as well. There, you're over across. There, you got on the big screen. Did you see the red thing there? Of your own plane radar. Did you pick it up though, Harco? Does it reach this far? What did you miss, Simon? So we had what looked like a satellite moving across the sky there, but it was red. Never seen a red one before in my life. Right, clear red orange. Very strange there. Astra is in as well. Oh, Susie, did you miss it? Well, I've clipped it. We'll post it at some point. It was exactly like all the other, dots that we see moving around, but it was red. Not seen that one at all there. And a nice day today apart from loads of chemtrails. It's been lovely and clear today. And now we are getting a little bit of fog in there as well. You saw the red one out, but at least it wasn't just me going crazy. How you doing, Blue Nose? And thank you for the gift. That's very, very kind. How are you doing today, Blue Nose? There, Ion's in. We have a clear sky. It's not as clear as it was yesterday, but it's still clear enough for us to see some colour there and also the activity there. Is this all M87? You know what? I don't know. I know that the big one's Jupiter. So whatever is around Jupiter, it could be that one there. Adele's, how you doing as well? Sky is not as good as it could be, but it is still good enough for a Skywatch. We're coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, right in the heart of crop circle country, and just down the road from Stonehenge. So we are going to see lots of weird and wonderful things, and we just have. So that was the first time we saw a red object moving across the night sky. But it is still early. We are still primed to see lots of activity. That was the only the second bit of movement we've seen. We've been on 5 minutes and 13 seconds there. So it's already kicking off tonight. Let us know if you spot any movement there. You've got the grid, and we can zoom in on the good stuff. But how is everybody doing? Have we made it through this far in the week there? All good. One more day, then 2 days off there. I'm counting it down too, Blue. I'm counting it down. This way. Oh look, we've got some more movement in the middle there. It's a faint one. So
Zoom mode activated.
So yeah, it's a bit brighter than this, what we just saw, but it was clearly reddy orange. Distinctly so. So we see lots like this. And now this could be a satellite, you know, probably is a satellite actually. It's moving in a straight path. There's so many of them up there, and they're all falling to Earth in a big circle there. So they just follow straight lines. They all reflect that sun's light back to us. That's why they're all white. They're just reflecting the sun's light back there. So having that colour, having the red, I have no idea how we get that. I wonder if that's a thing? I've never heard of it, nor have I seen it before. Already confusing me. There, or more dead pixels, yeah. Following it along though, that would be something there. And strange things there happening in our skies the last couple of weeks. Well, it would make sense with all of what is going on. Sightings do tend to go up there, and for probably explainable reasons, as well as the weird as well. You know, this is going to be the time when super secret tech is more likely to be used, so people identifying things that they don't know what they are is going to obviously go up there. But also there does seem to be a connection with the phenomena, being interested in our affairs or the risks as well. So it would make sense that both types are going to be the sightings are going to be going up there. And in bed with a brew and a bacon butty. A bacon. Oh, Susie, do you do delivery? Can you send one this way? There. Zin, how are you doing? You just missed one, Zen. This is we saw some red movement on the screen. Very, very rare. So it is already off to a cracking start tonight. Do say hello there as well. If you're new here, let us know where you're watching from. But also ask any questions you like there. There are no silly questions here, or maybe you've seen something in the news, want to tell us about that, or you've witnessed something yourself there related to the phenomena. Again, love to hear that one whilst we're waiting for the action. But you know what? I don't think it's going to be long before more happen there. And remember, tomorrow, guys, we're going to be on again. Is it going to be clear tomorrow? Let's have a look, because it wasn't, but the way the weather is going. Lengthy clear spells tomorrow. Lengthy clear spells. So it's possible we'll be on for another Skywatch. But Saturday and Sunday, I think, are going to be Skywatch days as well there. But after that, 11 PM UK time, we're going to be doing our next deep dive. So join us over on the Patreon for that. And it is free if you use the link in our bio there for a whole month. Sitting on the sofa, eating original Pringles with a can of Pepsi. Not the Max, Rio. No, gotta have the full sugar ones. You had me until you got to the Max there. Red Spectrum, was there a tower? So no, that's the thing. The only thing I thought, well, is shooting stars, but this was exactly like the satellites we see. These the dots moving across the sky, very steady, very straight there, that same sort of size as well, consistent there. But it was as red. It's redder than some of these stars. It was like noticeably redder than these oranges that we're getting here. It is. It was interesting, very interesting there, and it was across the whole screen. So a meteor or something would have broken up in that time. Very interesting as well. And Skylab, welcome aboard. Where are you joining us from tonight? There. Kate's back in. Did you catch it, Kate? You were on a minute ago. Did you catch the red thing? Oh, Netherlands way. Love it. How are your skies tonight there? Oh, you didn't now. You used to... Oh, no, Kate. It was good. I've got a clip, though. I've got a clip there. Was it as red as the red phone? You know, maybe I should call it in. Hello, T-Man. Yeah, we've got an anomaly. Yeah? No, Simon. No. There we go. I told you I'm going to incorporate the phone. Paid enough for it. Kate is still waiting for the points of madness. Oh, you got to wait for the points to come through. I've been like that today. X there, how are you doing there? Any aliens landed yet? So, we just had another anomaly, Agent X, tonight. We had what looked like one of the many satellites that fly over, but it was very, very red. Not had that one before. So in the first 5 minutes of going live, we had two lovely, and the first one was really bright, but it was just normal whiteness there. But the second one was red, so it's very active tonight. Keep your peepers on the screen there. Let us know what you spot. Yeah, our point is till April. You've already used them up. I feel that. I don't know what to do with myself for the rest of the month then. I end up paying half the bloody time, which I shouldn't do. But I'm always like, I've got to get this last bit done, this last bit finished. And then I look how much I bloody spent last month. And I go, oh, well, that was a lot of money. You smart in the first week. That's how they get you. That's how Leanne got caught with that the other day as well. That's how they rope you in. So yeah, very interesting. I wonder what that was. I should probably Google it, shouldn't I? Let's have a see that. Oh. Keep leaning on this keyboard, and it locks it out there. Right, let's try not to lean on that one. Right. Can satellites appear red? Can they? Steady white, yellow, or bluish moving lights due to the reflected sunlight rather than the flashing red lights, which are usually aircraft. Yeah, we know it wasn't that. White satellites do not emit red. They may appear to turn a faint red or copper just before vanishing into the Earth's shadows. Nope, that was consistently red. Very interesting. So that is anomalous, guys. It's very anomalous there. And Ken, there's a reason why this question is so intriguing, and it defines how we see ourselves there. Finding life would greatly alter our worldview and our place in the cosmos. It very much would. It's a foundational one. As humans, we are used to being the top dog, the apex, at least with our brains, unless you come up to a bear. But yeah, we're used to being in charge. How we perceive and view the world, or the great in the world, the universe, would dramatically change if there is something potentially higher up on the food chain there. It's easier to see tonight. It's the grid's. Oh, I'm glad the grid is, but that is because the actual camera is still a bit. There's a little bit of fog in the sky. It's a little bit misty tonight. It's not as clear as it could be, but I am wrestling with the electronics at the minute. They're all playing up there. And did you know they've put mirrors on the moon? Is that the same ones to reflect the lasers so they can measure it? Oh, so you can point a laser at... Yes, there we go. Okay. Yes, then there's the Apollo missions. They put them up to accurately measure the moon, I think. There, next coming in with the gifts. Thank you. How you doing, Raf? Raf, you missed the aliens. They were here. They asked after you. Where is my cursor across many, there it is. It's in the right place now. In fact, let's move it back and let's see if we can do some zooming in. We've not got any movement, I don't think, at the second, but let's see. Jupiter's not as purple tonight, and I think again we've got a little bit of haze in the night sky tonight. It was lovely and clear, but there's a little something in the way at the minute. Hopefully that'll pass though. But that's Jupiter. Look how big and bright that one is there. And you've got these. I don't even know what this one is. Getting a bit of coloration, a bit of purple there. Oh, we have got some movement.
Zoom mode activated.
There we go. So it was like that, but it was just distinctly red for the whole time. I'm like talking Mars red. There you go, Simon and Rio, you spotted that one. Thank you there, Harko, as well. Yes, the tapping, the likes, it was that red. This sort of red, but well, redder than that now, it's changed. But moving like the other one. A real distinct red there. But yes, it is those likes and those shares, guys, that does help us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves. The more eyes and minds we get looking at the phenomena, sharing our experiences, the more we can all piece this puzzle together. Raf, so yeah, it was like one of the satellites we see flying across the screen, like the one we just zoomed in on there, but it was distinctly red. Like very, very red, and I've never seen that before, and I also don't know how a satellite would do that, because it's reflected light back from the sun there. It's got no place to take the colour. So very, very strange. I think in orange, maybe it's a shooting star or something like that coming in, but not for the whole length of the screen. That would have burnt up. There would have been a tail. There would have been variation in it. So that was definitely something floating around up there, but it was red. That's what surprised me there. Amy Lee as well, how are you doing tonight? Thank you for the gifts there, and loving the stickers M to the C there. And how you doing there, Brand? It's anyone ever seen a satellite flash every 20 seconds? So, brilliant one. This is something that we ponder a lot. Who got filtered there? And TB, good to see you there. But that's a brilliant one, because we've seen some anomalous flashing. Satellites can flash. There's generally satellites can flash, but there's also a phenomena early days of satellites called iridium flares. They were triangular satellites with highly reflective sides, and as they would rotate, there we go, got another one.
Zoom mode activated.
They would cause little flashes and spikes, but we keep seeing some odd flashing there. So if it's moving, the flashing's moving across the night sky, keep an eye on it, guys. So we're looking to see this, but for us to tell this apart from one of the tens of thousands of satellites that are up there, it's very busy. We need to see it do something strange. We need to see it change course, change speed, trajectory, something like that. The interstellar handbrake turn there, that will tell us that it is not a satellite. So keep your eyes on it there. But yes, satellites can flash, and if they're flashing, it means they're rotating. And if they're rotating, it means they're probably broken at the end of their life, because the satellites are mostly designed to point in one direction. They have a job. If it's a spy satellite, it's got a lens pointing down, and if it's rotating all over the shop, it's not doing its job. Same with our television satellites there. They've got a big dish to bounce that signal back down to us. Where's that one gone? I've lost it now. There. So if it's flashing, it does tend to mean it's either a bit of space junk or it's at the end of its life as a satellite there. But we sometimes see the flashing from a stationary position. It will stay there, flashing away once every 30 seconds or so, sometimes 20 like your one, and it stays exactly still. But if it's a geostationary satellite, it shouldn't be rotating. It doesn't make sense, So it's an anomaly that we have also seen, so I appreciate that question there as well. How you doing, DJ, as well there? The second warning, got another one. TikTok's like that, Harko. We got the dangerous stream warning, didn't we, the other day? There, Space B, exactly. It's in a Virgo. Hold on, where's my prop UFO? Guys, if you are just joining us, we're doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch tonight, coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, right in the heart of Cropper Circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. So these skies are alive with the strange and anomalous. And already tonight we've had a couple of interesting things. I've never in my life seen a red satellite before, so I don't think it's a satellite. So we've already seen something there. So keep your eyes peeled, because I think it's going to be a good one tonight there. We've got the grid. You can let us know when you spot something there, but also make sure you're following, because we do something like this every night. If it's a clear sky, it's the UFO UAP Skywatch. If it's cloudy, we do an alien radio signal hunt there. We use a big radio antenna to sweep the skies, listening out, hoping to hear a message from a distant alien civilization there. And we listen on the same frequency that the WOW signal was heard, where scientists think we are most likely to hear those messages in there. And TB as well, thank you for the gifts, appreciate those. All goes back into the stream. Where am I in the chat there? Did you know the White House has put... I literally saw that one. Was it this morning or last night when I was going to bed? Yeah, so the White House, literally, I think it was Tuesday night, American time, purchased Alien and aliens.gov. And that was a presidential order. So, is that connected with the release that was promised? They're going to cash in. I don't mind if they do, as long as we get some more meat to chew on there. And Sparkles there. Weather's starting to get better, and great news. Oh my God, Sparkles. This week, it has been so nice to see how it was during the summer. We're seeing the colours of the stars back. We're seeing all the movement there. So definitely... Was it ring time, Kate? Hold on. What's that? Yep, Kate. Yeah, airstrike. Sorry, Kate, Allen's ordered an airstrike. Miser87, also known as Virgo there, is generally abbreviated to M8, so Supergiant. Is that the purple one, Harko? I can never remember which one. Is it one of these two? Because this is Gemini, isn't it? This cluster up here, there. Only downfall with good weather is... yeah, target practice. There. You're going home. gonna pick you up. Next, where are we? Over on the tubes there, guys. They're like the orange one we saw. So, Raf, that was really short when it was quite big, wasn't it? The orange one. This was quite small, like we see the satellite movements, like we just had. But it was as red, yeah. It may be even redder because it kept going red to orange, like almost like the twinkling of the other stars. You know how they slightly change? It's kind of like that there as well. I have no special talent. I'm only incredibly curious. And Ken, that is a talent. Like, honestly, like it's an invaluable talent there. You have the tool. You know, you don't have the product there, you've got the tool. You can apply that to anything that you need there. And lots of people don't have that curiosity, let alone know how to act upon it there. The amount of people in my life that go, oh, I've got a problem. And you go, yeah. And they go, well, it's this. And I go, well, what are you going to do about it? I don't know. And then you check in 6 months later, and they go, I've still got a problem. Have you done anything about it? No. Put your mind to it. Google, at least. So, Ken, you're already ahead of the game with that one. Where are we? There. And what's the purple light? So that is a star. Is that the one that you was mentioning, Harco, there? Where's my mouse? It's across 3 different screens. It is there. What one did you say there? Is it M87, that one? I'll have to check it out there. It is a star, like our sun, but probably a bit bigger, no doubt. So I'm not sure which specifically one that is, though. I always lose track. And so their brand, whatever happened to a Skywatcher and their X has gone silent? Good question. There's a lot of hype around Skywatcher as an organisation. You know, they had some interesting, strong start, didn't they? But then it went quiet. I've heard some rumours that, they kind of got contracted, to do some military work, and therefore we don't get the access to it as a public. But also one of the guys left, and I know initially though they were going to be doing research, like that there was going to be this initial burst because they were in their research phase, and then the next phase they always said they were going to be a bit quieter, and they were going to be doing actually analysing the data that they'd got during their sort of research phase. But they have been a bit too quiet, so I think the wind has gone out of the sails there, sadly. There, every random thought of mine inspires a Google search, and rightly so, Kate. Some people, literally, there's nothing going on up there. Nothing going on. They're much more interesting. And so's your search history probably there. My search history is extensive and very random. You get me to get a knock on the door there. Is it Alan Butts? Oh, it could also be Harco. This camera is having a bit of a sulk, so I wouldn't be surprised there. Easy to find another problem and forget the first. Yeah, easy. Distract ourselves. So, any movement at the minute? That's 6 teams of 12 months. They call it through obfuscation. You're just making it so hard for them to get through the data there. X as well, thank you for the heart. Very, very kind of you there. And they all need to do is hack my documents. And it'll all make sense there. Reading your Alan fan fiction. Right, I think it's going to be a good night tonight. We've already had some very interesting action, so let's see. Keep your eyes peeled for some extra movement there. Still got some lovely colours. Remember, guys, the camera tonight is playing up a bit. It's got this sort of washed out effect. It might snap back later, but technical difficulties, I haven't been able to narrow it down. So this is probably a 7 out of 10. The sky can look much, much better than this. Can't see any more movement at the minute, sadly. Did we say this cluster over here was the Pleiades? This one? Where we may be potentially getting visitors from there, the Palladians. Nice reds coming in. Down here got some reds as well. Can you swear it's that one? Oh, it's behind me for you guys. I'll zoom in. just the range of colours as well. Occasionally you get a bit of a green, which was always very strange to see in the night sky. This lens kind of amplifies the colours a little bit there. It slightly exaggerates them, which is good for us because it looks cool. But it is slightly exaggerated. What we're doing now, guys, as well, if you think about it, is we're doing a bit of time travelling. So we're looking back at all of these stars. They're all like our sun, some bigger, some smaller, some hotter, some cooler, etc, etc. But they are our big fusion reactors in the sky. And they've all got their own planets around them in orbit there. But the light that left those stars, I say, except for this one is a planet. It's Jupiter. Oh, was that a shooting star or was that a space worm? I don't know if I caught that one there. So yeah, they've all got their own planets around them there as well, but the light that has left these stars, all of these ones, it varies, but it's normally quite a long time ago. So if this one here, this star here, is 1,000 light years away from us, that is the distance that light will travel in 1,000 years. So that light that left there has travelled all this way directly towards us across the galaxy. Oh, there we go. What's the movement? It means it's left that star 1,000 years ago. So that is a snapshot, a Polaroid of what that star looked like 1,000 years ago, which is crazy to think we're literally looking back in time. There we go. Got some movement there. So let's zoom back in on this one over here. It's getting fainter. We need it to do something strange. It's probably come into the Earth's shadow a bit now. Yes, we're losing it just about yet. We've lost it there now. Good spot in there, Rio and Simon. So yeah, we are literally looking back in time there. How many millions of years ago were the dinosaurs? Say 100 million years, pretty wrong there. But if there is a star out there somewhere, 100 million light years away, and they're looking back with their telescope at our star, at our sun there, they would be looking back and they would, if their telescope was powerful enough, they would see the dinosaurs. So time and distance are combined. It's crazy to think that really. We are literally looking back in time. In fact, scientists, you've got something called the cosmic microwave background there. And what that is you're looking so far back to the edge of the universe there in radio. No, I'm talking right my arse, wrong one. When the James Webb looks back, the further it goes in distance, the further it's going back in time. And it is also then seeing the early universe there, not too long after the Big Bang. So you can literally use your telescope to zoom in back in time. Which is crazy, I think, to get your head around that one. How do you know it's junk in space? So, good question there, X. We don't. Some of it is tracked. But the way that we filter, because it's just so much of a pain in the arse to try and track it at the minute. There's so much up there. And then not everything is tracked as well, so we can't use it conclusively. We move the camera, its position, we lose our alignments, real difficult. So what we're doing is we just set in the filters there. So we're looking for something that will display anomalous behaviour. That the space junk, the satellites, they're all pretty boring. They're passive. They're following their orbits. Any adjustments they can make are so subtle we wouldn't notice them down here on Earth. So that is why we're looking for something that can display behaviour that satellites just can't do, or space junk. So that's how we have the filter to take it to the next level. And it's quite a hard filter. It does mean as well that something there could be anomalous, and we're writing it off. ET, if they're up there in their craft is going to reflect the sun's light back just like a satellite would in orbit. And the straightest path from A to B is a straight line, isn't it? There, the fastest path. So the straightest path is a straight line, of course. So that is A to B. It's going to be a straight line for them as well. So from us down here, ET flying around versus satellite is going to look pretty damn similar. Very difficult for us to tell apart. We are hoping that ET realises he's left the gas on mid-flight and then does that handbrake turn, has a change of heart, changes their direction, and that is what's going to set it apart. So it's quite a high threshold, quite a high barrier there. We could be writing things off, but we still, even with that, do see some anomalous things up there as well. Marcus, thank you for the heart there. Harko, that is cool. That's a creeper. That looks pretty cool there. Alan's in Minecraft. It's a Minecraft Alan. I like that. How you doing, Marcus, as well? Good to see you tonight. I can leave off your search history. Was it Frey Bentos Chicken Tikka Special? Does Frey Bentos do a sweet range? That's what your search history is. There's rumours online that your search history is so bizarre. Artificial life forms evolving in the folder. That's one word for it. Oh, hello. Oh, it's our Prime Minister. It's Keir Starmer. Hello. You're concerned about Raf's search history? I would be too. Yeah, so I'll send you his address. Told you I was going to milk that phone. There. Oh, what's in space? Good, Harker. I'm looking for actually a good plug-in that we can, because I'm hoping the technology is going to be there when I start to put the tracking back in. Oh, it's flashing. We got a flasher.
Zoom mode activated.
Oh. There you go. Look, we got a flasher, guys. Very interesting there. So that's a very bright flash. It's not a twinkle. So that means whatever that is rotating. And therefore the more reflective sides are... There we go. Just lost that one off the screen there. I'm going to get the UFO for demonstration. This is a Russian spy satellite. How'd you know? Are you tracking it? Be interesting if you could match those up, Harker. That could be your job, doing the analysis there to see which satellites it is that we're getting. But anyway, if something's flashing, what's happening is, as you can see, like a thin side, big side, more reflective. You can see the reflection there. Thin side, not very reflective. So it's moving, but if it's rotating as it's moving, it's going to cause that flashing pattern there as well. But there's got to be a difference in size or reflectivity, which can be size, or it can just be a shinier surface there, maybe a solar panel or something that's going to cause that light to reflect back there. Look, a thin side, big side. You can see the light flashing off the saucer there. But as we said before, if it is flashing up there, if it's a satellite and it's flashing and therefore rotating, it's broken. It's not doing its job. Not many satellites do well. I think some of the early ones they weren't really fussed, but most of the time they need to have their solar panels pointing towards the sun, and they need to have either their antennae pointing down, their camera pointing down, whatever it might be. It's got a location that it needs to be working in there. Every now and again you get a weird one. Where are we? Let's go through there. How you doing, TikTok? Good to see you tonight. Heard about the saucer that kept sleeping with everyone? No. UFO. That's hilarious. That would be a good Instagram handle like that. Somebody could, you could be a UFO influencer with that handle there. Got to embrace that one. Not impressed with my really posh. They're pretty good. I like that. So yeah, God, it's been busy. It's been active tonight. Is that number 3 or number 4 for movement tonight? Not number 4. And that red one earlier, I love that one. Oh, where's my cursor? Sorry, guys. Ignore that. So, right. Lovely colours there. It's going to be a good season. I am excited to get back to it there. It's the old boiling the frog, isn't it? As the winter drew in there, it was slowly, you don't realise the quality that you're lacking, that it was going down, and now we get on the up. Oh, I remember this. This was good. Clear nights, colourful stars, lots of movement there. And TikTok, thank you for the heart there. And Alan has become square. He's always a square. You're saying now. ISS is on the way. Oh, 5 minutes from the southwest. This is pointing southwest. Hopefully we'll get it tonight. We might get the ISS over. Remind me, because I will forget and it'll go across the screen and I'll think it's a UFO. So remind me of that one. You spend way too much time talking about Alan. But how much time do you spend thinking about Alan? Alan does take up a lot of our time there. Oh, it's very low, 32 degrees. Oh, we are a little bit high tonight. So we might miss it. We'll definitely catch it over the summer. We did last year. We I think caught it 3 or 4 times last summer. Oh, we got some more movement.
Zoom mode activated.
So again, see, this is, look, it's whatever side that is that's facing us there, it's reflecting that light back at us consistently. There, it's catching the sun. So even though the sun has gone round for us and it's dark on the surface, this is still far enough out to be catching the sun there and reflecting that light back to us. And it's off the screen. Oh, thank you, M to the C there. Hopefully we'll catch it, but we are a bit high tonight. Oh, it goes to France, so you won't see the ice. Oh, damn. I was hoping we'd catch it. Oh, well, we'll catch it in summer. Did you see what I put in the next live tab? I haven't. I'll check that in a second. I'm worried now. Lavalle's adorable. You don't have to live with him, Rio. You don't have to live with him. He's a nightmare. Right, let's have a look. What crimes did Kate commit in the Discord? I was just nodding off and heard Alan is in the car. I got the notification for this. Alan is in the car. It's bleeding into your life, and that's exactly how Alan wants it there. That's the delightful circus. It is a bit of a circus, isn't it, Harko? Yeah, you don't have to live with Alan there. Cosmic, how are you doing? And thank you for the creepers. That's very kind. How have you been? We had a really good sighting. About half an hour ago. Really, I've never seen it before, so hopefully we're going to get more anomalies like that. But the skies are coming back, they're getting clearer, they're getting more colour of those stars, and we're also getting more movement again. So it's very exciting times there. I had my phone in my hand while nodding, and I heard a dream that the buzz and the bloom, when it bleeds in, like woke you up. Does it like does your phone try and read out the messages for you? Because I think it's Siri on my phone tries to describe like what the images are and tries to read things out, and it kind of gets it wrong all the time. I could imagine trying to read out like Alan's notifications in Alan's voice too. That'll be cool. Oh, we're all good, Cosmic. We're all good. Oh, yeah, Mr. Bart, I'm sure there's going to be many, many more. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that you are well as well. As all movement, Rio. Whereabouts? I'm missing it. Where's the movement? Lorraine there, thank you for the shares. Appreciate that, guys. The likes, the shares tapping away. All helps us reach more and more like-minded people. I can't see the movement. I must have missed it. Oh, it's gone now. I'd have been staring for hours there. But yeah, the more likes and shares, it does help us reach more and more like-minded people there. And, ooh, not the saucer. The more people that come in, you never know who's going to have a really awesome account with the phenomena. And they're going to share it. That is my favourite bit, is hearing everybody's individual experiences with the phenomena. And I've got a totally different understanding of it now than I did when I first started this because of that. Because you just don't hear so many stories. It's only the certain ones that they kind of get pushed up to the cultural level, then we hear the stories. But there are so many casual encounters. It blew my mind. there. Can you show us what you see a half hour ago? So I can't at the minute. I have clipped it, so it'll go out on our main TikTok page at some point as a clip. But we'll be able to give you a good example. Alright, the camera's at its sulk. Alright, 2 seconds. Let's adjust the settings. I think it's sulked in the correct direction now, though, guys. So, here we go. Right. The camera has fixed itself. So we've lost a bit of the colour. But the clarity should be a little bit better now. I don't know why the bloody thing does that. Right, so what we saw earlier, it should come up like similar one there, but essentially it looks like one of a star just moving in a straight line, quite steady, consistent speed across the screen there. And we tend to see a lot of that movement from like satellites and things like that. But why this was weird was because it was red. It was Mars red. And satellites are reflecting the sun's light back, or space junk, whatever's in orbit. It's reflecting the sun's light back to us there, so it shouldn't be red. It should just be the white colour. So I have no idea what that was, but it should... We should get an example, not in red probably, that's quite rare, so we've never seen it before, but we should get to see some more movement soon. Where is... I have no idea why the camera has a sulk and then does that and then comes back. It's a good question there, Robin. Where are you joining us from? And the problem is, it's too long after sunset, so it disappears. So that is true there. So you've got to think, and I didn't know, it just didn't click for me. But obviously the sun goes round at night and we get dark on the ground. But when it's dark for us, but the sun hasn't fully gone round, those things that are kind of just off of the surface in low Earth orbit there in our atmosphere, things like that, they're still far enough out to catch the sun's light. It's only later on at night when the sun goes fully round that those things can't, the Earth is blocking the sun. So we'll still see lots of action, even when it's dark for us, until it gets a bit later on there. It's better. I prefer it like this there. I know, right? I told you it was better. No idea why the camera does it. I've tried swapping everything over, plugging things in, changing the settings. It just does it when it wants to. There, Dan as well, thank you for the follow there. And Shells as well, thank you for the follow. Where are you guys joining us from tonight there? Do say hello. And if you are joining us for the first time, we're doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch tonight. We are looking out for the weird and wonderful in the night sky here, live from Wiltshire in the UK, right down the road from Stonehenge, but also right in the heart of Crop Circle country. So we do see lots of weird stuff, and only earlier on in the stream did we see something very, very anomalous there. So keep your eyes peeled and let us know in the chat there. Use the grid if you spot any movement, we can zoom in on it there. And was that JF Astronomy? Welcome aboard. Where are you joining us from tonight? Good to have you in there. Where are we? Over on the tubes there. Are you having a pajamas and ice cream party? Raf, where's my invite there? Lee is in as well. Good to see you, Lee. Strange, me and my brother saw something earlier, and we automatically thought it was a satellite. And there are a lot of satellites up there. A lot of satellites and a lot of space junk. So that is one of the hardest things for us to filter out. Planes are easy. They're big. We can tell with those. Yeah, planes are big, but satellites are much harder, so we have to fall back on their behaviour there. Are they moving in such a way that satellites just can't do? Because they have to follow certain rules. They're falling to Earth in a big circle there. Any adjustments that they can make to their speed or their direction is very, very limited, very subtle. We don't see it from down here. So if we see something moving across the screen and it speeds up, shoots off, or if it stops dead, or if it goes along and then changes its direction there, that is something satellites and space junk just can't do. So that is our eureka moment. But there are more subtle clues to look for that something strange might be going on. And like earlier, the coloration there, we saw what we thought was a satellite. It looked like a satellite in every sort of way, but it was very, very red and very strange there. Oh, the one in B4, that is Jupiter. That is... It's having another sulk. Yeah, that's actually Jupiter in range today. I can't remember what the other ones are, but yeah, that one there is Jupiter for you guys over on the TikTok. There, so yeah, we've got to look out for that anomalous behaviour there. Is that Michael as well? How are you doing there? Oh, from Germany there, JF. And I saw a Starlink flare not so long ago there, almost as bright as... Wow, that is substantial. I love to see Starlink. I haven't seen it since last summer, but it's phenomenal to see, isn't it? And the coloration as well, when you get the green ones, They're pretty cool. And they're just hitting the Earth's atmosphere there. What's the best thing you've ever seen? You don't necessarily need to be aliens, does it? Nature and technology put on a fine show for us to see. But we do like to see the weird and wonderful stuff come up every now and again there. Jupiter is so bright. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. Can't wait for Vega to come back in range because it's that bright, but it's also a deep purple. Looks stunning there. Harco there. C2 to C3 middle is a black hole. What? C2 to C3? Where's my cursor, Harco? Right. Where's that? C2 to C3. So somewhere around there is a black hole. That's pretty cool. Not that we can see it, but awesome. Let's have a look. Where are we? Did it over 13,000 satellites? Yeah, there were. So when we started back in May, June, I think it was. When I checked, that's the last time I checked. There was 14,500 satellites up there, and 10,000 of those were Starlink alone, and they want to put 40,000 Starlink up there or more. It is crazy. The first day that we got the camera working and the lens right, and I turned it on, I looked up to the night sky, and there was 14 objects moving in the screen. I thought, this is crazy. And they're up there now. We just can't see them because we're still that bit later on at night, so we can only see the further out ones that are A, big enough but far enough out to catch the light. But they're all still there, flying across the screen. They're just not reflecting the light there. Where are we there? Without breaking it, exactly. And people need to look for non-ballistic motion. Brilliant way of putting it, and that is exactly it. It's the behaviours there that break the physics, or don't technically break physics, but they would for a satellite. So exactly. We have got a little tracking software. We haven't used it since last summer because it's just not busy enough, but we'll be trying to improve that this summer, and hopefully we can incorporate the actual satellites data, and maybe we'll be able to match some of them up. I don't know that there. Oh, is it not? Oh, close. Have you had any action on the Bat phone yet? Well, we have had some there. Oh, what's this? Yep. You're still looking at RAF search history. It's going to take a while. Yeah, I'll let Kate know. Hold on, I've got to use the phone. Got to justify it. It's going to be a deal or no deal sort of section at some point there. The satellite superhighway is so busy up there. The superhighway is a brilliant way to describe it. It is so busy there. There's a star cluster in B1 there. Let me look. Oh, 100% Jeff. Let us know, because I forget where I point the camera there. It's difficult, isn't it, Harco? I used to line this up with Stellarium and things like that. But it's hard to get the actual alignments. And then everything moves. Where are we? Over on the tubes there. Oh, it's around 7-ish as well there. Ice cream. It was ice cream and shorts weather today, and I had neither. Oh, you're getting me hungry now. Why do I always get picked up? I can't remember why, Raf, but you love it. What's with the fact? Lee, good question. So, one of my interests previous to doing this was Cold War stuff, and this, surprise, surprise, is actually a Cold War, the bombs are dropping alert phone. That's what this was for. So I had to buy it because it's cool. I want one of the phones that was there to go, you know, attack warning red and alert people of the danger. But then to justify the purchase, we need to incorporate it into the stream. And my very loose connection is that is what the red phones were for. The presidential connections there were actually, and it came out in the Kennedy documents, didn't it, that basically they had that connection. So old Khrushchev, was it, and Kennedy, they could ring each other up and go, that thing we're seeing on radar that looks suspiciously like a ballistic missile, is that you? No, it's not us. And, you know, try and prevent and de-escalate war, because there was so much UFO activity there. They were worried that that would trigger, you know, a nuclear conflict there, somebody mistaking a UFO for a ballistic missile. So that's why they had those red phone connections. And that's my reason that we've got the red phone now, so I can ring Alan up. It's my justification. But yeah, I've got a feeling we are going to slip into a very deal or no deal stream at some point there. Leanne can ring when you didn't. Oh, Simon, I could send my orders down. That's the next one. Yeah, Coke, no ice. Thank you. I'll come back up for a slap there. Dan, Peter, how are we doing? Thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight there? And could not be right with Orion in sight. So Orion is, for you guys, it's just down that way, I think, there. But Trump ripped them all out. And taxpayer dollars to replace them all with 20 gold phones. That actually, yeah, that does sound about right. Where are we? Batman started to blame him. Bat phone, I like it. It's the Allen phone. Next, I'll have to justify getting a giant spotlight with like a silhouette of Alan's head. The Allen signal. This phone was going to use to ring SETI when we're going. That exactly, Raph. That's it. That's the who we call when we actually catch something. Oh, we got another flasher. Right. Somewhere around here.
Zoom mode activated.
I saw it once. Maybe it's on a slow rotation. No. No, I can't see it. Well, I definitely saw a flash up there. Is there any more movement that we can spot in the night sky there, guys? Keep your eyes peeled. Oh, my eyes are gone now. Hold on. And Pete there. I'm great. I've been watching you on YouTube. Oh, I just realised you're on. But yeah, and we're on Twitch as well. But welcome aboard. Welcome to the dark side. The chat's much busier on the TikTok. Welcome to the dark side there. Cosmic as well. Thank you for the heart there and the other gifts. Appreciate that. All goes back into the stream. It was a C2 before you zoomed in, and that's exactly. Yes, it was C2, exactly where I saw it, I think. Oh, where did I see it? I saw it initially around, yeah, C2. It was the top of, around here, I think I saw it. But it's probably moved on from somewhere there. Unless it's the stationary flash, that is anomalous. Good eagle eyes there, Simon. You spotted it as well, Lee. Perfect. So I'm not going crazy yet. Or I've already gone, you've come with me. There, Ken, I'm sure the universe is full of intelligent life. It's just been too intelligent to come here. That is actually Arthur C. Clarke. I've not heard that one, but I like that one. I think it's going to be very, very prevalent. Intelligent life, there's a crucial definition. So even mainstream science thinks that life is going to be abundant. The reason that they didn't think that before, and where a lot of mainstream science is kind of stuck, is that we didn't know until semi-recently that if all of these other stars that we're seeing up there, if they had planets like our solar system, like we are orbiting our sun, as far as we knew at the time, we may have been the only one. It might have been rare to have planets. So, as science does, errs on the side of caution there. They didn't know that, so therefore they couldn't send it for life. But now, we are seeing and we're monitoring those exoplanets, and we're seeing more and more and more. And we think pretty much all stars are going to have them by default. Maybe there's the odd one that doesn't. Oh, it's gone again. Oh, sulking. Yeah, maybe there's the odd one. But now we know that there are all of these planets out there. We do think life is going to be abundant. Now, mainstream science won't say that it is complex life, won't necessarily say that it is intelligent life, and then even civilizations. That's where they're holding back. But I think, just like when you look at sort of humanity's record here on the Earth, the Earth itself had life earlier than we thought even possible. It did not take a random billion years of, Darwinistic, evolution from nothing to something for life to just start. It happened as soon as it could, which makes you think that it's a lot easier than we have been led to believe previously. And we look to our own solar system, and it looks like Mars has life. It also looks like Venus could have microbial life too. Obviously Earth does, and Earth has a hell of a lot of it. So yeah, it's looking like life itself is going to be easy. And if life is easy, Then there will be a subset of that for complex life, and another subset of that for intelligent life, and a subset of that for civilizations, which means just on a numbers game, there's going to be a hell of a lot out there. Now, can it reach us? Are these distances far too vast to travel and to communicate? Well, by our current technology, yes. But there are plenty of ways to circumnavigate these sorts of things. If only we had some of the technology. Oh, there's a faint one. We got a faint one, guys. Hold on. It snuck through. Oh, night, Simon. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow and over the weekend. Have a good day. Get a little bit of movement there. So remember, guys, there's lots of satellites up there. You can get seasick with a zoom in. Lots of satellites, and space junk. But for us to tell this apart from all of that, we are going to need to see it do something strange. And that's not me, TikTok. That's a you thing. Unstable internet, my ass. I've lost it. It's on the top of the screen. Oh, God, sorry, guys. It's gone everywhere now. I got distracted. It is there. Can you see that? Yeah, so we're going to need to see it do something strange. Something a satellite just can't do there. It's got to display that anomalous behavior. Satellites are falling to Earth in a big circle. They can't really deviate from their path or their speed, their trajectory. Anything like that can indicate to us that it is not the normal. So let's keep our eyes peeled for that behavior. Even if it's gone through half the screen, looking pretty boring, you never know. ET might get halfway across, realise he's left the gas on, and do an interstellar handbrake turn. So keep your eyes peeled for the movement there so we can monitor it and zoom in on the good stuff. Rachel, how are you doing? Good to see you there. We saw Rachel. Have you ever seen something like this, right? It looked like a satellite, like we just saw there, a bit brighter earlier on. Right, moving across the screen steadily, like a satellite does. Key difference, red. Red as hell. Never seen that before. I don't know how a satellite could reflect red light back, but consistently red, the whole thing across the screen. Never seen it, never heard of it before. There, Thomas is in as well. Good to see you. How are you doing there? And why do you think life needs a planet to exist there? Try to think outside the box. Robin, you're not bad there. And as humans, we make this mistake, don't we? I say mistake. It's understandable. Science does this. We work from what we know. For example, when we're looking at what stars could host life, there we go. Well, our star, is it a G-type star? That's stable enough that it hosts life because we are here, so it must be. So we'll look for other G-type stars. Likelihood increases there. But life could be so strange and could vary so much from what we know that we might not even recognize it as life. And a case in point for this is plasmoids are there. So plasma trapped in a magnetic field. Ball lightning could be this as well. They do think that could be intelligent, sentient life there. It's displayed a lot of the signals that would call it life. And maybe it's been here on Earth with us the whole time. We've just not realized because it is so different and doesn't interact with us as much there. But things like the habitable zone, that was based on our need for liquid water. And the more we look, the more we realize actually, things are more resilient to that. They're more varied than that. That it's pushed that habitable zone out so much so that it's really not a useful definition. So you are quite right there. It might not need a planet at all. But the difference is that it needs a medium to start. So I think the best parallel is going to be, to draw a comparison from, will be obviously the seas. That is a medium, there. And, how does life survive and grow in the sea? I think it's difficult, what food source would they have over these vast distances there? Would they have to be then very large to warrant that and to store up there? What would they get for it? But it's interesting. There are probably thousands of ways around it, but I think the plasmoids are probably a really good example of life potentially being something totally different from our current criteria. And if that is the case, all the rules go out then. 1.5 thousand views on my latest Facebook. With an orb. Excellent one and well deserved. There, defo UFO with the hazards on. Yeah, they were in the lay-by there. They've got a flat. I noticed TikTok updates as banners changed on the screen. Messages changed. Oh, have they? I keep track of TikTok, what it does now. I have seen weird movements like that over the... Awesome, Rachel. So I've never seen... We've only seen the white and sometimes a little bit of a green hue to them, but not red. And I don't know why it'd be red, but it's consistently so. I've never seen it before. And I wonder what protocol is in place when looking for life and not to bring back bacteria that could harm us. Well, this is another one. And sadly, there's a lot of it's an afterthought. Even with the Apollo stuff, they did have a sort of containment process, but they still landed back in the sea. They just kind of, when they kind of got them back to the boat after they recovered them, they then put them in quarantine. But everybody would interact with them. The vessel would come into the, into our atmosphere and into the sea. It wasn't very good. And even the sample return missions that they're planning, they're thinking about bringing, and they've brought back meteorite. No, meteorites when it enters the atmosphere, isn't it? There, asteroid, whatever it is. They've brought the samples straight into Earth, and they have their clean rooms and all that sort of stuff. But it's really not that strict. The argument could be that either we are perilously threatened by... Oh, there's another one coming in. Perilously threatened by external bacteria there because we have got no defences for them.
Zoom mode activated.
Thank you, computer. We've got no defences for them. Where is it? Come on, zoom in. There, it's down here. Oh, you can't see it yet. Over on the TikTok. Come on. Oh, no, it's faded out before it comes into your view. I promise you guys, there was one there. Maybe we need to turn. Let's turn the camera around a bit. If that's where the Earth shadow is for that. Yeah, so we'd have no defences. And therefore it is very, very dangerous. Holding your hats, it's spinning. Or the other way would be true, which is that because that bacteria evolved separately from us, it's got nothing in common with us and therefore couldn't hurt us at all. It's not got the square peg round hole situation. Now, very intelligent people make very good arguments either way, and I am definitely not capable of knowing which, but it's an interesting way to think, isn't it, of which one could be true there. And therein is the problem. No comparison, and forget everything you think you know. Well, this is the truth. I love how science always thinks that each version that it issues of reality, of its guidebook, guys, this is the final version, lads. This is it. We know everything. If it's not in there, it's not true. Oh, we've got an update. Oh, we've got an update like that, and that is, it's that internal bias because we work from the known, but we have to, I think, manually check in to remind ourselves that there is so much there more to know, and there's so many unconscious assumptions there that we haven't realized, and if we were to witness things, because this is how the brain does work, that if we are to see something that we have absolutely no understanding of, so not only can we not just pluck it out of our brains for a conversation like this and kind of go, oh, life could be like this or whatever, if it is truly different there, we would not know what we are seeing. We might not even be able to fully perceive it. It might be emitting the light, it might be pressing all the buttons in our sensors, but if we don't understand it enough, if our brain hasn't got a rough idea of where to put that information, we won't see it, or we'll see our closest representation of it. That's how the brain works, which is very interesting. It's definitely a Gemini open star cluster. I've moved it now. Thank you though, Rachel. And Beerbuster, maybe it was a red dwarf on its Demus again. It could well be, actually. Nice big red starship there. Is it Jupiter class? What do they call it? What was red dwarf? Raph will know. And the flashing, all these satellites, I have to keep quiet, both parents were awake. I won't shout there. Yeah, so what we saw was, well, it looked like a satellite, but it was red, so I don't know. Clouds. Yeah, it's not as clear as it has been. Hopefully we'll still get another clear day tomorrow there. And you only have to look at the film War of the Worlds there. Bacteria was the killer. So this is the thing. That was the whole point of it, wasn't it? Which is very interesting. I think a very good observation. I think we're going to find that either life itself, the initial case of abiogenesis there, separate life from nothing, what happened maybe only a few times in the galaxy. And really, we're all from that initial case. We're just spread out over the years and stuff like that, which means we would be related. And then there is a threat from the bacteria there. Yeah, that's it. The satellite, it looked like a normal satellite, but it was the light coming off it was red. It was like a red dot moving across the screen there. And it was the whole screen. It was nice and steady and consistent like a satellite, not a shooting star. but it was just a normal satellite that we see moving across the sky, but really red, like Mars red. Yeah, really interesting. Never seen that one before. And there, Scotland, how you doing there? I'll keep up the work there. In 2023, a team of biologists finally found an extinct long-beaked my God, my eyes there. Enchinada in the mountains of Indonesia there. After 80 trail cameras and years of searching, they finally found. That is awesome, isn't it? There are so many things that we go, oh, those things. You're making me think of like the cryptozoo there. Was it the mountain gorilla? Or the silverback gorilla is one of the ones that we take for granted now. That was, to people, was it like 80 years ago, that was the equivalent of Bigfoot. No, it doesn't exist. No, and a few people said, I've seen this big fucking hairy thing. And no, it doesn't really, you're just making it up. It's the locals going a bit silly. And lo and behold, we realise it. We know it's there. And so we have this habit of, just because we haven't seen it doesn't mean, we tend to think it doesn't mean it's not real, isn't it there? Satellite, let's hope there. What could it be? What we know. What class vessel was Red Dwarf? You're the Red Dwarf, one of the Red Dwarf fans, aren't you, Raph? Or have I got you mixed up with somebody else there? Surely like satellite, not usually. Exactly, Rachel. I did Google it, and it did say satellites are not normally red. And I can't think of why they would be red, but that's the closest comparison, because it was that real steady dot of light across the screen. That similar sort of speed, really consistent like a satellite, straight trajectory, all the way across the screen. In every way, it looked like all of the other satellites, but it was bright red. So I have no idea what can be causing that. Oh, I must have been. I know other DJ was a Red Dwarf fan, but I thought you was as well. Ah, dear. Have we got any more movement tonight, guys? Hopefully another Skywatch tomorrow, if the weather holds. Saturday too. It was just red, but you know how sometimes the stars, when you zoom in on them, they lose their redness. This was going from that red to like a distinct orange. Well, maybe I suppose it's like looking at Mars and then looking at the red pixel. It was quite, even on the faint times, it was still very red, and the clearly colour was distinguished there. Solar class, was it? We knew we got our Red Dwarf nerds in. Strange. I'll do some research, and mine was gold, but that was it was flashing as well. Oh, very nice, Rachel. That one, but yeah, if you come over and let us know, I'll be keen to hear, because yeah, it's just so strange, so strange. It was a few minutes into coming online, was pretty quick into it there. And Robin there, perhaps the first mass encounter may be closer to a religious enlightenment than just seeing a UAP. A bang, now right on the head there, Robin, and maybe it's already happened, because when you look back to a lot of the core religious texts, a lot of folklore, mythology and things like that, if you break down the experiences they're describing, take away our human interpretation, and you go lights in the sky, burns on the skin, small people taking away people to disappear them, going away with them, it could be a fairy story, it could be a religious encounter, as Charlemagne had one, wasn't it, Charlemagne? But it could be that. Or it could be the phenomenon that we've been describing the whole damn time. And that's how the brain works, So if we view things through cultural lenses there, we have to have that understanding and then we interpret what we see based on that. We're trying to fit it in the box. So it's always very convenient, isn't it, that the modern wave of ufology, is it 47 or whatever onwards with Roswell, was the time when we as a community were looking up to space and the stars, considering sending men in big metal ships across the vacuum of space to other planets, and what might we encounter. And then the modern ufology starts to, little green men in metal spaceships coming from other planets. But before then, the same things were seen, but they were the fairy and the fae folk coming to take you away to fairyland or wherever it is, or it was I've seen an angel come down and bless me, so whatever was the predominant structure of understanding seemed to have coloured all of the interpretations of but it does feel very much like it's the same experience. So exactly what you say there, maybe the first mass encounter, maybe we've had one already. There's been lots of weird, but they've been again interpreted as religious or interpreted as something else. There. A solar class mining freighter. You know, I didn't know that. I thought it would ring a bell when you said it, but it doesn't. I've been slacking on my red dwarf. Better get back to that. Some of my orbs are green and red there. So we've never seen... I've seen green ones moving across the sky. I've not seen the red. Until now, until we saw that one. So maybe something like that. And why do I get the feeling it could be 2 different alien types visiting me? Maybe? Maybe. Are you getting differences in the experiences of the connection? And dielectric mirror film on Starlink satellites. All can appear blue or sometimes reddish orange. Okay, that could be an answer, Kate. That could be an answer. Well, I wonder if we can get some examples to see if it is... Because it was quite red. It was quite red, but that's a good angle. Thank you, Kate. And although they're talking to you, or catch you later. Oh, thank you, Robin, and thank you for the input. We love that. Hopefully, we'll catch you later on for another Skywatch. We also, when it is cloudy, we do an alien radio signal hunt. We search the hydrogen line there, listening out for a message, potentially from an extraterrestrial civilization, and where the weird messages have been heard before. So hopefully, we'll catch you later on in the week for that. And like the red you're talking about, oh, you have seen it. So I don't know if I would have noticed this with my naked eye, but on here we definitely saw it. I've not seen it before. Oh, you're a fan, but not a nerd. Nerd! Mikey there, hello. I just witnessed a green light shooting across the sky for the first time in Cheltenham. Oh, that is pretty cool. Cheltenham. That's just up from us. It's not too far, about an hour away there. So, could be a meteorite coming in. So, they tend to give off a green colour. So, was it like, did the line kind of appear, or did it kind of draw itself? Because sometimes I suppose it would just draw us either way. It's the camera that gives it the other effect. But yeah, so sometimes, depending on what meteorites are made up from, when they burn up, they hit our atmosphere. So if you think about it like, you know, space is near vacuum and there's all this stuff flying around up there, and then it hits the dense atmosphere of the Earth. It's like when we go jumping into water and we go from less to more resistance. So when it hits our atmosphere, it's really thick, causes a lot of friction, heats up, and then normally burns them up and blows them up. And depending what it's made from, yeah, it can come across green, and they are absolutely stunning when they are. Every now and again we catch one, and they're just so cool to see. It drew itself, and it just kept going. Oh, for how long? Because it could be anomalous. So normally, I'm trying to think. I suppose the bigger they are, the longer they. But essentially, the bigger they are, the longer that line will be if it's a meteorite. Because the bigger they are, the more resistant they are to heating up. So it will survive in the atmosphere, getting hotter and hotter for longer. So you get a longer line with a bigger one. But it could be other things as well. So sometimes the atmosphere itself can cause the green. So therefore it could be anything re-entering like that as well. Oh, found a Facebook post describing pretty much exactly what you described. Oh, did they say it was Starlink as well? All right, were they probed? That is a phenomenal sight in there, Mikey. Thank you for sharing that one. It is stunning, whichever way it is stunning there, and it was so bright and no flashing lights there. So that could be a meteorite sometimes. The lines normally mean that they're going so quick that like our eyes can't really refresh. Sometimes they get like a tail on them as well. But not necessarily. It could be something anomalous. And, going to work, Beer Buster. What a time. But thank you for joining us. We'll catch you later on there. And Diana as well, thank you for the rose. That's very, very kind of you. All goes back into the stream there. The poster asked what it could be, and the comment said that, what I said there. Yeah, basically it's a film, isn't it, on the Starlink. That is interesting. I didn't know that one. We'll have to look into it, see if we can get confirmation. But that looks like a strong candidate, Kate. Linda Malthouse says those colours are meant to resemble bad, but I've had two overly. Yes, same, Rachel. It might have been her that I heard it from. There was like a colour or a coloration of the orbs. Like green was mining, or might have been yellow was mining. Red was bad abduction or something. But I think this one wasn't that close. It was quite far away. It was quite small, like a satellite going on. So it's probably going on its duties, whatever it might have been doing there. After looked at the sky, never seen a green light there. So yeah, I hadn't, until moving here to the country, I hadn't seen a satellite myself. I hadn't seen the ISS. I hadn't seen a shooting star. But moving here, now it's clearer. Oh god, you see them, and it is absolutely stunning. But yeah, it can be, you can get orange ones as well. All depends on what they're made up of as well there. But it also could be anomalous. It's hard to tell, but it is a phenomenal sight to see. A fan can tell you the actors, etc., and a nerd will tell you they used a certain colour of paint because it reminds the producer of their wife's first pair of knickers. I mean, sometimes you need the detailed information there, Raf. I think I'm guilty on the nerd front of a lot of things then. I'm just rattling through in my mind all of the specific paint names that I know for things. Nerd. Red means abduction, definitely. So I stopped watching her for a while back. I feel ya. It's interesting, isn't it, that people, like, we're all... I've just dropped my UFO. We're all coming at this problem, aren't we, differently, from different angles. And some people, you know, have got motivations. And some people have, you know, got a bias to bring. But we're all different people attacking the problem. We're all coming up with slightly different answers, aren't we? But we've all had different experiences as well. And I think we'll naturally find the people that kind of appeal to us, make sense to us more. And Granny T as well there, thank you for the gift. That's very kind. It all goes back into finally admitting it. Damn it, Alan, I've given the game away. Oh, Nightly, see you tomorrow night as well. Dad. Yeah, okay. You have to give me a kicking in the playground, finally. Hoping it will change direction. Oh, that, Mikey, I feel. The amount of time we're watching and we're going, come on, change direction, change direction. No. But we still get the occasional anomaly. It's worth it. Have we got any movement? No. Just twinkling. You don't take it too far with similar. My preference is I don't like extremism too much, like or people being sensational. There's a few people that I started watching that either make, you know, clips here on TikTok or they make, you know, longer form content. And you start off going, well, this is interesting. But very quickly you realise that every title of their video has the word bombshell in it. And I'm like, no, I can't be doing that anymore, you know. And there's only so many times you can tell me it's going to be... this is it, guys, or whatever the phrase is. Like, so whether it's sensational like that, or whether people are fear mongering, and it's, you know, look, I don't know the answer either way. Maybe they're right or wrong, but with it. But yeah, we definitely find, don't we, what aligns with our own makes sense to us. I think you can't progress past dork. You're gonna have to leave the community now. Don't fit the big brain of nerd. Kate, I'm sorry. You're in the big brain nerd club. We've seen your search history. You're in. Oh. Yep. Now, Kate is a nerd. Alright, Trump. Yeah, thank you. There's Trump on the line. Yeah, said you're a nerd. Said he's the biggest nerd I've ever seen. That was a half-hearted attempt there. I could do better. I'm not doing a proper Trump impression. Well, next year is meant to be them coming forward, and all of us just need to wait. Yeah, was it Bledsoe as well? Talked about this year, actually, wasn't it? Easter. There's one of the things is that we're going to find, not them, is no, that was it. Was the Sphinx. We're going to find information under the Sphinx or something. We've got a busy calendar in the UFO world, haven't we? There. I'm still here. The abuse. Nerd Club, Kate. That's what it is there. And user 49, nice and clear. It is a lovely tonight, and we've had some anomalies already. How are you doing? There. But to be a real Nazam, you need to put some chewing gum in the middle of them Ron Jeremy classes next week. You know what's going to happen, right? It's going to get to Glasses Monday, and I'm going to tread on my glasses. And I'm going to be looking down going, this is what Raph planned. He wanted this. The band-aid, the tape, to join them all together there. I have no idea what we're on about. We've gone off on a tangent now, Zen. And Dave there. Magenta alert. Yeah, it is. Got to raise the alert level. Raph predicted it. Which? Kate's going to start dunking you, Raph. If you float, you're guilty. If you sink, you're innocent. He's getting his tea leaves out as we speak. He reads the bottom of a Fray Bentos pie tin to predict your future. Oh, it is, isn't it, Dave? We are so lucky. The winter, I didn't realise how crap the skies had been in the winter. And it's only the last few days where we're getting some of the colour of the stars, we're getting the movement of the satellites again, clear skies. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. So I am very much looking forward to the summer and having lots more activity and lots more clear skies for these things. But remember, guys, do give us a follow if you're not already. We do this every night, that the skies are clear. If they are not clear, though, we do an alien radio signal hunt there. We use our big dish, point it at the night sky, hope to hear ET say hello there. We listen on something called the hydrogen line. That is the frequency or channel on the radio dial that scientists theorise. If ET is out there, that's where they'd leave the message. And it's where we've heard signals like the wow signal, etc. before. So we're always doing something relating to the phenomena. And if the moon is up, we do a moon watch, and that's what that looks like. It's a pain in the arse, so I do try to not do it. But when we do, we see all the craters, all the details there, and talk about some of those weird sightings that have been witnessed on, off, and around the moon. So do make sure you join us for that. And also, guys, we've got a Discord. Very active of you guys putting in your first-hand accounts of the phenomena there with images and videos. So you guys can check out some other experiences there. Add yours or interesting things. We've got there lots of UFO news. Free Atlas has got its own section. Link in bio for that one. We also do an Alien Movie Club on there once a month. So we've just voted for this month's film. You've probably seen the little pop-up there. Say what it is. So do join us all for that one. The buttons are working tonight, just about. Starship Allen's working, but it's a clear night, so... Discord is where the cool nerds are. Exactly. Go quiet, I'm eating noodles. That's a good reason to go quiet. I need to put that bloody UFO back. I keep knocking it. There, in 1976, the Viking 1 orbiter took a photo of Mars and the face of Mars. Do you think it's natural? Or, Ken, I am torn on that one, because... NASA lies. We know NASA lies. And after that, they have apparently re-imaged that area a few other times. And they go, no, it was just a trick of the light. It was the rock formation. It wasn't really a face. Just a really lucky shot. But I don't trust them. I don't trust them to. That looks too good to be true. And when you look at all the other contextual information about Mars and that area as well, you know, conveniently there are what appear to be pyramids and other structures in the same region, very, very close by, spitting distance to the Mars face. So maybe there is the remnants of a civilization. Mars was habitable for 2 billion years before Earth was. There's plenty of time for life to develop there. It had oceans, had an atmosphere. We now are pretty confident that it had life even in the mainstream world. So I lean towards that either the Mars face is real, or even if it's not, there is still going to be structures or something there. I think by default that's where I sit with it there. In fact, who was it I was watching the other night? Somebody was going through all of the weird images of just out of place shit on Mars, and I'm like, okay, that sounds a lot less crazy than the stuff I'd heard before. It looked a lot more real. What's fuck with my belly? I'm a definite floater. I saw the Fray Bentos. Yeah. 46 years of good living. That's decadence, that is. NASA lies. What? The shocked. Shocked Raph meme. Yeah. Lying bastards. They've been doing it since back in the day, since the Gemini missions there, you know, putting man into orbit. Oh, that's a tiny shooting star there. Putting man into orbit. You know, they faked, or they didn't fake, they used some training imagery and they put it out there as if it was real image from in space. Now, they did do the space stuff then. but they still used images there. So we know that they play silly games with us there. I haven't yet, Blue Nose. Mrs. is hogging the TV. I get about 40 minutes of TV a day, so I'm hoping over the weekend I'm going to get a bit longer. It's on my watch list there. But she's vetoed alien stuff for a while. So I've got to try and sneak it in before she puts on whatever it is. What is she watching there? Star Trek Voyager at the minute. That's always on in the background. There. Would Alan like the Creeper gift? Actually, who was it earlier? Was it Cosmic though? Cosmic and Harco were putting in the Creeper gift. That's a good one. That's a good replacement one, actually. Rachel, it kind of looks like a square Alan. Decadence by Frey Bentos there. Oh, onto another flash there. I do have a phone. Rank your Star Treks. Ridley, good question. I've dabbled. I pick up, she has it on, and I maybe watch an odd episode here or there. It wasn't one that ever jumped out to me as a sci-fi thing, and I used to think it's a bit nerdy. But she did explain it to me, and I have actually got an appreciation for it now. I like some of the concepts that it tries to figure out and explore. But I just have never sat down with it, sadly. What about you guys? Who's a Star Trekkie fan? Oh, see you later, TikTok. Thanks for joining us, as always, there. The Minecraft face, it had to be the Minecraft face in Mars. There. Oh my god, mate. I've lost my eyes, are gone now. What's happened with me today? Trying to see what you guys are saying there. Where are we there? They have their own truth division there. 0 applicants, but still they're trying. They're trying. Give them another 80 years to prove it. Yeah, NASA has never or once been to space. Hold on, Zen. Hello? Yep, Jared Isaacman. Have you been to space? He says they've been to space. No. I've got to use the phone for something. Paid enough for it. I think I won't go that far. I think they have been to space, but it does make you wonder why they're so bad at it now. There, NASA know more about underwater acrobatics than space vacuums. There, probably just points to their competency in general. There, I used to love The Sky at Night with the OG Sir Patrick Moore. He was a funny one, Patrick Moore. I mean, brilliant as well. But he used to wind up the astronomical community there. So I'm going to get this slightly wrong. If you just saw that red and blue dot, that's a sensor issue. So ignore that. But he once was... there was a meteorite or something like impact that was happening kind of around here in Wiltshire back in like the 50s or something when he was a young reporter. And he kind of tried to stir it up as a UFO landing. And he wasn't really into his UFOs or anything like that. But he tried to stir it up as that just to piss everybody else off in the astronomical community there. And also he's one that pushed the trans-lunar phenomena. Those weird things that happen on, off and around Mars as well. Interesting dude there. I only know the new movies there. What's that guy? I'm trying to think. I'm not good with the new ones. Always look like Alan's face. He does, doesn't it? It's like pixelated Alan's face there. And Dan there, favourite Contact movie. E.T., Close Encounters, Signs, etc. Problem is, Dan, I forget every movie I've ever watched since you asked me what favourite is. And I'm going to probably say Close Encounters. But that is on the caveat that I really need to re-watch it. It's been a while, and I just really want to re-watch it, so that's probably why it's on my mind. It's a very good one, but I don't know if it is really my favourite, but that's where I'm going at the minute. How about you guys? So you've not seen the old series, you've seen the new movies, Kate, but have you seen the old series at all of the Star Treks? There. And Gary, have you ever seen UFO? Brilliant question. One I can actually answer is yes. Yeah, no, we have. So when we're doing these streams, the Skywatches, the sky is alive. Now, lots of satellites up there, lots of shooting stars, lots of space junk and things that we have to filter out. But even considering that, we see some anomalous stuff. Even earlier tonight, we may have an explanation for it now, but we did see something that we couldn't explain earlier. So it does happen quite regularly on the Skywatch streams. How about yourself? Are you curious? Are you open to the UFO, the alien stuff? Have you ever seen anything yourself? There. Skeptical people are welcome too. There. X, you're making pasta from scratch. There. And Ridley, didn't they give him a knighthood? I think they did. I'm not good with the sirs. I mean, they're throwing them around there left, right and centre. Our current Prime Minister's got a bloody knighthood. I think it's outrageous there. Headco Bonk, I like that name there. If you had to recommend one UFO/alien book there. So for you, Signs is good. Signs is good. Signs is very, very good there. That is not a bad recommendation at all. I'm more of the podcasty long form YouTube. Like that's, I like the documentaries. I like when there's that hook of it could be real there, or maybe there's going to be a little bit of information in there that helps me paint that picture a little bit more in my mind. That's where I like a good film, but I'm always drawn towards more of the documentary stuff. Your nan used to watch them, so I only caught them when I stayed over. Oh, your nan's a legend. Did she cosplay as well? Enough from scratch there. Oh, you could have lied. I wouldn't have known. I would have been really impressed there, X. I have 0 book recommendations for this community. I like for this community. I can imagine what books they are. Okay, there. I don't know if I should start reading The Fourth Mind by Whitley or not. Or I'm a bit nervous, Rachel. So I haven't even written as Communion was the first one. I'm a bit nervous of that. There's something about the abduction side of things that, yeah, I'm just like, I feel like I'm just going to scare myself a little bit there. And I think it was, my granddad's thing, and she kept watching it. That's quite sweet. Where are we? We're here. Oh. No, pressing every button under the sun, but I can't scroll. There we go. Used to watch him after school. Needed his help for so many games. Oh my God, Games Master. Yeah, Green Knight. Missed the 90s Raf. Well, did you catch our special stream the other night? I don't think you did you? Well, we were bringing back. Oh, are you going to be the right generation? Maybe. Do you remember Nightmare Raf? The TV show, the kids' TV show. We're bringing that back. And Games Master, that is retro. Were they sick, or was it just that we didn't have any responsibilities back then? I can't decide. Maybe they were better. Definitely in some ways. 90s were peak. Where are we? Let me scroll over on the Tiki Talks there. Ah, Leanne, you found the creepers. Thank you there. Thank you. We're going to feed them to Alan.
Nom nom nom. Thanks, guys.
Where are we? I think they used to play it on Channel 4. Oh, possibly there. Oh, we used to work in Warminster. I think I seen you. Gary. Well, that is where we are based. We are based in Warminster. So, did you see it in Warminster? Tell us more, Gary. I want to hear it. So it's always funny, isn't it? Because I didn't realise the history that Warminster had until we moved here, and I knew nothing about Warminster. We picked it because it was kind of commutable to Bristol, where I work. And then when you go, right, I better Google this tale. What's the crime like? What's it all like? Google it, and the Warminster thing came up. I'm like, bloody hell, UFOs, brilliant. That's a match. So I'm learning, and that's part of the reason why I'm doing the stream. Is it still going on? Is there something happening? So yeah, you got to tell us more, Gary. There, actually, I should have lied until I'm a professional at making homemade pasta. It is surprising how honest people are. It is. It could be anything. Watched the film, but it wasn't great there. But I already knew what happens. I haven't seen the film yet. Oh, thank you, Leanne, sending the portal as well. A list of all winning footy games would make money. I could do. They look like Alan. They do look like Alan there. And Diane as well. Thank you for the rose. It's very kind. And it all goes back into the stream. Leanne, if you are watching with the sound on, she has a habit of not watching with the sound on. I'm thirsty. Please. It's gone warm. Like little Alan faces there. And thank you for the roses there. Ken, aliens have put new batteries in the old Apollo cars on the moon and are racing them. Just rumours. You just see the donuts. You can see like the little track outlines there. I mean, I would. It'd be quite fun. Yeah, Gary, you got to let us know about your Warminster, your UFO sighting. I want to hear about that. And have you had the sunshine where you are? Yes, and I'm not quite sure what to do with myself. I'm going to be really sad when it goes. Oh, okay. Oh, I feel you there. I really confused myself the other day because I was like, I'm really short on my meds again, but I shouldn't. Oh, thank you, darling. So, a little bell. Ding, 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 ding. I'm running out of my pills again. Jesus Christ, why do I always do this? I thought I'd put it in the calendar and got it all right. And then, like, I stood at a slightly a different angle to that I normally do at my sink where I take my medication. And I saw behind the tap, and there was a pile of my pills that had kind of got damp and just stuck behind the tap. I'm like, how the hell did they get? I must have dropped them in like some sort of delirious state. Oh, Jesus. They're expensive. And to Sandy as well, thank you for the heart there. Appreciate that. How are you doing tonight? A lovely clear sky. We had some interesting movement tonight, so let's keep our eyes peeled, guys, and see if the action is still happening. We're coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, right in the heart of Crop Circle country, and just down the road from Stonehenge. So we are well placed to see the strange and anomalous in these skies there. But we've got the grid, so let us know what you spot, and we can zoom in on it. But do say hello if you're new here as well. I'd love to hear from you there. And if you've had a sighting as well, would love to hear about that whilst we're waiting for the action to appear on stream there. Last sighting was strange, and it was a gold orb. Then 2 visible lights next to it. Oh, that is interesting. There. OG Frederick! How you doing, sir? See you pop up there. How have you been? It's a lovely clear night tonight. What does... Oh, Blue Note. So that is the message that comes up there. These are... they're our top gifters. It just comes up there to say thank you to them there. But so that comes through there. Oh yeah, I used to work in the army camp next to the hill. I was working and seeing a few things. Oh, that is very, very interesting there, because we go up on that hill, Battlesbury Hillfort there. We take the show on the road every now and again when we can get our co-host to drive up there. But yes, we do it live from there, and I've seen some strange things up there. I've seen some things that I thought were strange and they turned out not to be. But I saw what looked like, when we was up there, an orb, but like close to the ground. Like, first of all, I thought it was a dog walker with an LED headlamp on walking towards us. And then it just kind of just disappeared. And then it kept coming back and doing the same sort of thing. Really, really strange. That is awesome, especially when they're local ones as well. Oh, we're all good, Frederick. All good. I hope you've been well. Have been well. What you been up to? It is good to see you there. We are all good. Oh, engaged now as well. So that's a new one of last month. So eventually pulling my weight there. But good to see you, sir. And just enough water left on your flask to take them. There we go. You don't have to move. There, the white and red lights are always going on about the same thing. No, never. I mean, this is the thing. When we see things like that, Rachel, like, our brain literally compels us to talk about them because we don't know what they are. And that is how the brain works. If we see something that is so different from our understandings, you know, if it's unlikely to be something that we do know, then we are compelled to find the answer for it. That's what we're all doing here tonight, isn't it? There. It's flashing. Always flashing her ring.
Hey!
Who are?
I heard you say the engaged word.
Just her ears prick up. It's like, my ears are burning. Did somebody say engaged? Flash the ring. So yeah, don't apologise, Rachel. We are all as natural there. And thank you, Frederick. It's very, very kind there. And to Sandy as well, thank you there. We pushed us over the edge with those gifts. Thank you for our goal. Very, very kind of you there. Excuse me, it's plastic. It's in my budget. It melts under heat. Exactly, Rachel, exactly. And where are we? Over on the tubes. Jason there, do you think Kenny V was taken over yet by aliens when he went into the M cave? And why hasn't more people in England and Ireland been abducted by it? So it's a very good point there, Jason. Excuse me. I'm going to answer the second part of that first, because doing this stream, it's been really interesting for me, because especially during the summer, we had loads of people in here. So it was I don't know what we got up to, wasn't it, like a regular of 130 people at any one time, and people were coming in sharing their stories. We heard so many accounts, and it was really awesome to hear all the stories you don't get to hear generally, a wide range of accounts, first-hand accounts. And the first thing that struck me was that although England has a larger population, there were far less sightings in England than there was in Wales, Scotland and Ireland. So that was the first interesting thing we noticed. But also, in my total time, I've only ever had 2 people claim to have direct abduction experience. Now, is that because a lot of the people that have had that experience don't want to share it for whatever reasons? That's quite possible. Or it might just be rarer. Is it a particularly, if it is just a US thing, is it because it's a larger population? Or is it maybe point to it being not directly alien? You know, there are people that do say that the abductions are faked by the government there to kind of build up an anti-alien narrative, so that could be part of that. But Kenny Veach in the M Cave there, so he was a YouTube explorer guy, wasn't it? He used to go a lot on hikes and look for things out in the American wilderness, and apparently one time he came across a cave, and he spoke about this, an M-shaped cave entrance, and it was weird, it was vibrating. I don't know if it was near Area 51, but generally out in the desert sort of thing. And then so one day he said, I'm going to go back out and find this weird cave, and he's never been seen since. So I'm torn. There are a lot of things with that could be, I mean, it could be true, but he also, I think he wasn't in a great position, so he could also have purposely gone off there to not be found. But also, apparently he was seen, or it's believed he was seen on CCTV a year later robbing somewhere. So maybe he wanted to disappear, because I think he had some money troubles and stuff as well. So there's enough other points around that particular case that I'm not sure on. I'm definitely open to it. Maybe he did discover something a little bit interesting there. But I don't know. It's not clear enough for me at the minute. But yeah, it's definitely interesting, the discrepancy with the abductions from my casual experience there. Oh, I'm getting married in October there, hopefully. I get taken by aliens before it there. Just save some money. Congratulations as well for October. I was told, like, if you just propose, you deal with the wedding stuff later. It's just about the commitment and the promise there. Have I heard the end of wedding stuff? Have I? The biggest lie I was ever told. Speaking of which, Leanne, thank you for the shares. Appreciate that, guys. It's those shares and likes that do help us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves. And the more eyes and minds on the old phenomena, the more we can all piece this puzzle together. Oh, so you remember that case as well, Kate? Can't remember what the latest was that I heard on it, but it's an interesting one. I do find it weird how people disappear randomly. Yeah, I do wonder, like, it always surprises me how delicate life is. Like, we think when we are quite safe, especially compared to how things have been. But I do think we've got like a perception of safety which isn't quite right there. I do like your ideas. I didn't say that, just said there was a lot of them. Yeah, like I've had a couple of close calls in my time. And yeah, it does strike me that, you know, we are one slightly thin jacket away from absolute peril. So partly I'm like, that could definitely explain a lot of the disappearances there. It doesn't take much to get wrong, and then, you know, then it all goes wrong. You know, or is there something else going on? You've got the missing 411 as an interesting phenomenon there. Now, is there an accurate correlation there? Or is it just a correlation, or is there causation, I should say? Over the years, I do wonder how many people do truly go missing. It's getting harder and harder nowadays, isn't it? Obviously, with how connected we are, you can't just pick up and start again somewhere else and just pretend to change your name. Back in the day, you could just go, yeah, my name's Bob, and that was it. That was done. And it's not been much harder that until we got to the internet age. Excuse me. How you doing, Tara, as well? See you pop up in there. who have we got in tonight there as well? Unidentified flying projects in there. Spirit and Percy, Big Bear. Lou Bug's in there, and Kerry and Mike. How is everybody doing tonight there? And it's your girl, good to see you there. Tick Tick's in. How is everyone tonight? Do say hello. Let us know where you're watching from if you haven't so far. But it's a lovely clear night. Can you reckon we can zoom in? Have we got any movement? Should we zoom in on this one? Get a little bit of purple from this one now. This the Pleiades. Help if I move the cursor. So we may be getting some visitors from here. Crazy to think, you know, if some of those accounts are true, that, you know, between there and here, there could be a lot of stuff going on. There could be a lot of travel. There could be a lot of communication. What was the, speaking of which, what was the recent, I can't remember the guy's name. He did a paper recently looking to see if there was a galactic internet. His theory was that advanced civilizations would use a node-based system, kind of like our modern internet there, but to connect all of their civilization across the galaxy. And if that is the case, the most effective way to do that would be through laser communication. Quite probable, because that is how Starlink do a lot of their communication. Sorry, that Coke's got to me. Those satellites that are up there, they beam down, up and down the internet direct to your device, but amongst themselves, they shine lasers at each other to communicate, which is quite crazy if you think about it. They've got to be very precise, the alignments there, but it's very quick. So you thought, yeah, basically, for them to connect their galactic internet, the best way to do that would be node-based, just shooting lasers across to and fro with information everywhere, to that planet, to that, well, that system, to that system, to that system. And he thought, well, we should be able to detect it, because lasers are obviously a technological phenomena. They are a lot different to organic light properties, so we should be able to quite clearly, in the telescope data, be able to see if somebody's fucking shining lasers around up there. So he did. He got a small batch of telescope data, I think from like 2017, 18 and 19. And he looked into it and he went, bloody hell. There is. He got hundreds of potential candidates. I think the paper is out for peer review now to see what everybody else thinks. But he's filtered for it all, and it does look very, very interesting that, you know, there are these lasers communication. But what's really interesting about that, not just that it's technological there and implies intelligence, is that lasers are directional. So if we're seeing somebody shine a laser at us, it means they know we're here. Which is very, very cool, but multiple candidates potentially shining lasers at us. How cool is that? When you fell in, that was the one of them, yeah, we fell in the bramble dish. I have a lot of falling into things there. That was an experience. Well, near to the end. So yeah, right now, could be lots of lasers being pointed right at us, right at this camera, which is being shot through the sky. Hopefully, soon, I will get the infrared lead connected. Payday's the 25th. And we'll be able to do this search in the infrared. So, the visible light, which is what we're looking in now, what the human eye can see, that's, you know, very active, but the infrared down the lower end of the light spectrum, what the human eye can't see, is meant to be even more active with the phenomena. So when we can do that, we'll lose a bit of the quality, but we will have a chance of seeing things we wouldn't have otherwise missed there. Sky is stunning. I know, X. Honestly, you don't need the aliens necessarily. Yeah, just nature puts on a beautiful show for us there. Okay, it was. I was off of my bonce in my younger years, and I had to make it home from an ex's house. My mum threw me out at like 2 in the morning, and it was like middle of winter, and I only had a shirt on. Oh, hello. Have you got another one? I fell in a ditch with brambles.
With the green
Oh
light.
no, Sophie. This is the other one. You saw Ruby the other day. This is Sophie. She's got no ears. Hello, Sophie. Can you hear me?
Can you hear us, Sophie? She's
You got anything
never
to say?
gets tired of that joke.
Hey, Softie.
She is very upset because she was in the box.
Oh, were you in the... Mummy got you out?
Mummy got her out the
How
box.
dare... I bet that was a palaver, wasn't it?
A
Yeah.
little bit.
What?
Say hi, Sophie. Oh, she's so pretty.
Do you want to stay up here? Instead of my lap?
Mm.
Oh, are you squeaking? Can you squeak? She's trying to get you to squeak.
I'm trying to get you to squeak.
How mean is
Normally
that?
she barks at me.
Yeah. No, it's just so soft. Very soft, but that fur gets absolutely everywhere.
No.
Very fine. It's there.
Yeah, because Ruby got to be famous, so I thought you'd want to be famous.
Yeah. Or is she not happy? Does not like being up here. Adorable. I get so distracted. Yeah, you're very soft, Sophie.
And say bye to everyone. Bye everyone. Into the microphone.
Yeah. Chinchilla break. We need a little jingle for that. Where's the cursor? Let's have a look where we are. Yeah, I fell into a the ditch into a farmer's field full of brambles, and I was in a shirt. It was freezing cold, and I was too drunk, and I couldn't get out. I was trapped in the brambles, and I'll tell you the rest of that story another time. It was very painful. It's very touch and go. What's the big balls of light X? Good question there. So, stars mostly, but the big one. Oh, you can't see it. I think it's moved. Hold on, let's move the camera. Hold your hats. There we go. That big one is a Jupiter there, so the side of it there. They are absolutely adorable. They don't like being pet though, but she is cute there. I had to get so it's part of a much longer story. But I remember laying there. I called a friend for help, and just as he answered the phone, it died. And so I was like, all right, that's it. And I couldn't get out of the, but I was hooked left, right, and centre deep in those thick brambles like that. And I remember just kind of like looking up at the stars. It was a beautiful moon at the time, going, so this is it. Because I could not get out of that. I couldn't for the life of me move. So I laid there for I don't know how long, just kind of accepting my fate. It was quite peaceful, actually. I'll give it that, the level of acceptance there. And then I thought, I probably should try. You only get one of these as far as I know. Maybe I should try. So I had to literally grab the brambles and pull myself out of that there. I was trying to kind of do a shortcut across country, and fell into that one. And then I staggered out onto this country lane, bleeding, covered in mud, a torn shirt, in the middle of winter. And then there's cars driving towards me, and just the blue flashes of lights. I was like, oh, thank God. So, they picked me up. And after they realised that I wasn't on the run for something else, I got a lift to safety. There. I'm on those paper. Yeah, you got the Patreon. The rest of the story's on the Patreon. I went on a little adventure with the police as well. I was trying to sit in the back of because I was just drunk at the time. I was like, put the lights on. No, we can't put the lights on. We're not on a job. I was like, put the lights on. Like that. The other guy looks to his friends like that, puts the lights and the sirens on, starts doing donuts in this industrial estate that they are like, this is great, yeah. So I had a little bit of a super bad adventure, and then they dropped me off and we were all fine. Note to self, don't go running through farmers' fields in the middle of winter in just a shirt when you're drunk. In my younger years. But God, yeah, that hurt. But it was I remember being at peace. I'd fully accepted that was it. Looking up to the moon. I don't think I've been so relaxed since. My friend's reaction was quite great, the one that I called. Because when I did get back, charged my phone like a day or so later, I spoke to him and he was like, yeah, you did. You sounded like, you were in trouble then. And the phone cut out. And I was like, oh dear. And that was his reaction. That was it. Didn't do anything. Didn't. Thanks there. There. That surprises me, Kate. We've all been here. Yeah. All had some adventures. Been a few ambulances though. Is that because you're still beating the other person up as they're getting their treatment, Kate? That's what I imagine. Come here. And not once for you. Exactly. That's what I mean. Dangerous there. Could chinchillas have the softest? They really do. It's really fine. It's part of their defense strategies. It comes out really easy because it's so fine and lightweight. It just sticks to everything like the static, and it just, you blow on them, hair everywhere, but it gets absolutely everywhere. It gets up your nose, it gets in your beard. They're adorable, but they're a pain. There for that one. But also, because their fur is so dense, interesting fact, you can't get them wet or they go mouldy. Apparently. Who remembers V? So I remember a remake in like the early 2000s-ish. I remember somebody else, I remember like seeing other people watch it. Didn't see it myself, but not the original though. Although a few of you guys have brought up the original before there. Dasani, thank you for the rose there. Just noticed that one. Thank you. Who else is on V? I know that's popular with a few of you guys. Can we spot anything else?
So I remember when Sam told me that story about him falling in the bramble bush and nearly dying.
That's when she knew, yeah.
And then when he was saying about how peaceful he felt and stuff, I was like, no way were you peaceful. You must have been absolutely panicking and stuff. Until, like, a little while later, after he told me that story, and we were driving back from Fort Park.
Oh, shit.
And we were driving back, and there was a lorry in front of us, one of those ones like...
One of those ones with wheels.
One of those ones with wheels? No, one of those ones where it was sort of open at the back, like it wasn't like a proper...
I can't remember what it looked like. It was a lorry.
Yeah, but it had loads of stuff on its back. And this tyre fell off the back and bounced towards us, and it looked like it was going to go direct into our windshield. Is that the word?
Yeah, windscreen over here, but yeah.
Yeah, and I remember it was like time slowed down, and I just went, oh, this is how I die.
Yeah.
And just really sort of accepted it, like, oh,
Yeah.
I never expected this.
Oh,
Of all the ways.
that's how it ends. Yeah. Oh, exactly, Kat. Final destination moment.
And then, then I understood what he meant about, like, how he just lay there in the brambles and went, oh,
Okay, yeah.
well, fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember seeing it. I thought it shed its tyre. I don't remember it come off the back. I thought,
No, it came off the
did
back.
it? I don't think I saw that, but I just saw the big, full-on lorry tyre rolling towards us. It was a big old beast.
Big. I thought, oh. But yeah, it didn't go straight into our windscreen. I forgot to actually say
We
the
went
end part.
over it.
Yeah, it suddenly like dropped, and we drove over it.
That was a conscious choice.
Yes.
It was, well, what do? I could swerve to avoid, but I've not got much time. Go for it. It's me or it. I'm going to speed into it. And we were fine. So, yeah, it was. I'll tell you the hypothermia story on a Patreon extra there, Kate. Many an adventure. And now I'm boring and I sit in a green room at night. Much safer. I was going to say cheaper, but it's not. That's Club Allen level, Kate. The phone line was dead. It was. But you know what phone line isn't dead? Oh. Hello? Yeah, Mr. President. Yeah. It's Noel Edmonds. Kate is offering you 10p. Deal or no deal? Well, I've got to get my adventurous kick somehow, Kate. Live life on the edge. I wouldn't want to go quietly in my sleep now, would I? Loudly and in the garden on a winter's evening. Let's zoom in again on Jupiter now. I get a little bit of purple back now. The end of the green screen, yeah. I've now got to simulate it. That's it. I crave the danger. I have to simulate it. Good code, good phone, green Allen. What's next? Blue hair, Carco. Maybe I'll grow my hair back and dye it blue for the full colours there. Oh, true, 54. How you doing there? You got lots of movement above your house in England. Love it there. What are you spotting there as well? So we're down in Wiltshire. It's quieting down a bit now, but we had a bit of movement earlier. So the skies are alive, aren't they? Sometimes they are just absolutely amazingly busy. What we're really looking for, like what we're excited about, is when you see something change direction. Because satellites can't do that, shooting stars can't do that. So when you're seeing the movement and it can change its speed or its direction, anything like that, then that's the exciting stuff there. What's your best sighting there, True? And thank you for joining in. Many wigs in many colours. Wig Wednesday. All right, so we've got classes Monday. Wig Wednesday. I feel like there's another one here. There's got to be another one. Got a spice. Alien went. Was it? There's an alien day, wasn't it? And I was going to have to wear the alien mask. That was one of them. Oh bollocks! I've just realised it's not Friday. Oh, that's cruel. Thought it was the weekend. Alan. What a horrible, sad moment that is. Have I got any meetings tomorrow? Ugh. No, I don't have meetings. That's fine. That's not so bad then. It's almost like a weekend. Oh, Steven Spielberg says he's a believer in aliens there. Do you think he does? Or he's just saying it because he's trying to make more alien films there? Jason, very good question. I think... My initial position is that I feel like Spielberg is he's interested and he's gotten in somewhere. A lot of the stuff, like in Close Encounters, has since become like true, if that makes sense. So, for example, there were a lot of crates in the set of Close Encounters that had a lot of defense manufacturers' logos spray painted them as part of the props, and it turns out those specific manufacturers are the ones that are connected now to the reverse engineering program. So there's a few little things like that. There's quite a lot of things like that which have become tied in later on. They've been a bit pathetic and not quite true. We're not at that point yet, but they seem to be more true. So I lean to that. But saying that, and it's why it's interesting you bring this one, is that we've been looking forward to the new film, the Disclosure one. And initially I was like, okay, this is interesting. What else do they want to release? I think Spielberg and some other movies have been used in the past to seed information without kind of giving the game away. So if there ever is a real harsh disclosure there, maybe the aliens do invade, and the general public haven't got no idea. They've got some level of understanding about it. So I kind of felt that he was used for that. But now seeing the latest trailer, there is so much in it. It is like a snapshot of modern ufology. And now I'm going, is he just really good at identifying the current, the zeitgeist, that sort of thing? Is he just finger on the pulse in the community rather than insider knowledge there? There's a point when there's so much that you go, wait a minute. Maybe it's not. And it's not like with the transient objects paper there. There were these transient objects that were seen in really early photographic images of the night sky. They're doing the all-sky survey with the telescopes. Same patch of sky, images taken an hour later, stars in one, they're gone in another. Well, this before man-made satellites, what were these things? Stars don't just disappear. There's something up there reflecting light like we're seeing today. But before satellites, so what were these things? And when it was 5, 10, I'm like, that is really interesting. Really, really interesting. But they've identified thousands now, which makes me think less UFO and more natural phenomena that we just don't know. Like there's a line of, is it it's too good to be true? And it might not be, but that idea starts to get a little bit louder when there's a lot in play. We did, what was it? No meetings and no appointments, Kate. Have you forgotten about one? And did you manage to do your bloods in the end? Or did you forget that one? first day off in 2 weeks. Well, feet up, Kate. I'm going to make the most of it there. And he believes there, Gary. I think he's got an interest. I don't think you could fake the interest. I don't, to that degree. I think you'd pick up on it. But whether he's got real information or, or whether he's just really good at fingering the pulse. Oh, look at that. That was quality. Now, that was a good shooting star, wasn't it, guys? Who saw that one? Who needs their shooting star stamp? Had to run upstairs. I did, in fact, make the appointment. Perfect. Well, at least you made it. It's very important, Kate. There. That's a good question, Jason. There. Who saw that shooting star just then? Couldn't have been just me there. Oh, Grandad, how are you doing there? Late. Actually, yes, I am 4 minutes late, running late. I was meant to have come off. So thank you for the reminder there, Grandad. I hope you're well. But, yes, I am going to wind up here tonight there. Samo as well, thank you for the likes. Appreciate those, guys. But, yeah, we're going to... Oh, and thank you for the heart there. But, yeah, I'm going to come off now. I'm going to wind things up. But we'll be back on tomorrow. Might not be as clear tomorrow. It's a bit hit and miss with the clouds. But if it is clear, we will be here. We'll be doing a Skywatch there. Might, if it's cloudy, do an alien radio signal hunt. But we'll see. We'll play it by ear. We'll see how we go there. Weekend, though, I have physio thumbs. And, oh, my God, the weekend couldn't be that busy. Oh, I'll make the most of tomorrow then, Kate. There. Laters, Grandadem there. And Orion as well, thank you for the follow. Hopefully we'll catch you later on there, guys. If you're not following yet, make sure you are, because we should be on tomorrow, and you'll hopefully get those notifications when we go live. But we do say Alien every week. So, every week, every day, pretty much. So hopefully, yeah, you'll catch us live for those. But thanks again for joining us. Thank you for all your support, your awesome questions and conversations. And we will all catch you tomorrow night. Deep dive as well tomorrow at 11 PM. So probably be on a bit earlier. But bye-bye, guys.